Know and rest your mind assured. Our eyes have seen his works before, and until my last days, 'tis Yahweh I will praise. Yahweh, seeking you with all my heart. We've known your name right from the start. Lion of Judah, your forever reign. All 12 tribes will call your name, Yahweh. Know and rest your mind assured. Our eyes have seen his works before. Until my last day, 'tis Yahweh I will praise. Yahweh, seeking you with all my heart. We called your name right from the start. Lion of Judah, your forever reign. All 12 tribes will call your name, Yahweh.
The Nation of Yahweh presents The Unfolding Light. Today's call is brought to you by Builders of the Highway Foundation, Yahweh Education Center, Temple of Brothers and Sisters of Goodwill, and the University of Yahweh Neo Jazz School of Music. And now for your host, Dr. Lud Yisrael.
Boker Tov and Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to the Nation of Yahweh's weekly teleconference, The Unfolding Light. Yes, we are back from a glorious Feast of Tabernacles, from a glorious holy convocation where our nation came together and put our money where our mouth is. It's time to rescue our future, and we will not accept anything less. The devil have no power here. This is Yahweh's world. Praise Yahweh. Today on Unfolding Light, we'll have Who is Yahweh by the Most Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. Directly after that, we'll have a keynote message from the master teacher, the founder of the Nation of Yahweh, the Most Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. And directly after that, we'll have the part where we all take part in unfolding the light, and we call it Power Talk. And now I invite you to stand and face the east with outstretched hands as we offer up a prayer to our Heavenly Father Yahweh. O Yahweh, God of our salvation, save us, gather us together, and deliver us from this heathen, so that we may give thanks to thy holy name and glory in thy praises. Blessed be the holy name of Yahweh in Yisrael forever. O Yahweh, let them be confounded that persecute us, but let not us be confounded. Let our enemies be dismayed, but let not us be dismayed. Bring upon our enemies the day of evil, and destroy them with double destruction. O Yahweh, forgive our fathers for breaking your laws, and please forgive us for breaking your laws. Help us to never bring shame upon thy great name, nor reproach against our works. For surely we have turned ourselves to thee, O Yahweh, trying to be upright. And as we confess our faults, please grant us protection against all of our faults. Cleanse us of our secret faults and guide us to the best of morals. For surely our prayers and our sacrifices, our lives and our death are all for thee, O Yahweh. Tefillah. Avenu Shabbat Shemayim, Yikadeh Shemeaka, Tavo Malkutiraka, Yazeh Rizonka, Kim Vashamayim, Kain Ba'aretz, Elekem Kukenu, Tain Lanu Hayam, Uslat Lanu, All Kratienu, Kimo Shasokin, Gamanadnu, Lakotim Lanu, Beal Tebienu, Lede Nisayam, Kim Kal Senu, Min Hara, Kilaka, Hamamlaha, Veha Gibera, Veha Tefier, Leolame, Olamin Sila. We thank thee, O Yahweh, O living and eternal King, who has so mercifully restored our souls within us. So let everything that has breath praise Yahweh. And now, who is Yahweh? By the most honorable, Yahweh ben Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. So who is Yahweh? Yahweh is a name that you should know, because it's the duty of the Son of God to proclaim his Father's name. And here you have a whole bunch of people going to church, 400,000 churches, and they don't know the name of the Father. They say such silly things like, Father, God, help me. Both of them titles. Father is a title, God is a title. Who's going to answer to that? The purpose of the coming of the Son is to reveal the name of the Father. That's who he prayed to, our Father, and he called his name. He said, hallowed be, holy be thy name. How can it be holy to you and you don't know it? Interesting, isn't it? There are a lot more interesting questions than that about that situation. But when you begin to read your Bible, as I call this to your attention, you will discover from the Old Testament of Genesis all the way through Revelations, it's all about the name of the Father. It's all about his name. But somebody got you calling some other kind of name, other than the Father's name. And you don't know his name. And unless you learn his name, then you're never going to move from poverty to riches. And if you don't come into the knowledge of the name. Haven't you ever wondered why it is that you have the same God, have the same churches, and the same names that white people have? I mean, have you noticed? You do. Our people have the same, right? Isn't it strange how God always answers white people's prayers? And black folks' prayers don't seem to be the same magnitude. You know, you say, well, I get my prayers answered. But why don't you ever get answered to be the ruler? I mean, you know, my people are always on their knees in front of white people asking white people to let them be accepted. Why do you need to ask white people for acceptance? Why don't you just ask God? Doesn't your God have enough power to make you accepted? Why can't you be the people that everybody else wants to be among? Why are you always running after somebody else to be among them? What's wrong with your God? Why do you have to go around always on your knees with your hat in your hand begging for a job from white people? Why don't your God just give you some jobs? Oh, I have to ask you some serious questions, because white people move from poverty to riches every day. Huh? They come from Russia, they come from Europe, they come from England, they come from all over the world with nothing on the ship. Come and get in your neighborhood. Come with a buggy and a basket and a wagon and push it around in your neighborhood and move from poverty to riches out of your pocket. You live in the neighborhood and stay poor and just pray all the time. You prayed enough to rule all the world. So who is Yahweh? Yahweh is the God of the Bible. He's the God of the Hebrews. In the beginning, Yahweh created the heavens and the earth. Yahweh is the man that beat up on Pharaoh. Y'all remember how he put plagues in Egypt? That was Yahweh did that. Yahweh is the one that when Pharaoh got real sassy, he drowned him in the Red Sea. That's Yahweh who did it. Yahweh is the man that when Daniel refused to bow down to another nation and quit facing the east and praying, when he refused to stop praying to his God, which was Yahweh, they said, well, we're going to put you in the lion's den and starve them. Threw him in the lion's den. Yahweh locked the jaws of the lion. Lions could do him no harm. Rulers got scared. Came and got Daniel out and made him a ruler. Right? I just want you to know who Yahweh is. He made the sun, the moon, the stars, all what you see and haven't seen. Okay. So who is Yahweh ben Yahweh? I am his son. I am his son. That's who I am. I am the son of Yahweh. I don't care who else is the son or who else they are. It makes me no difference. I'm not here tonight concerning myself with who is the son of who. I'm the son of Yahweh. I have to tell you who I am. Yahweh is my father. I am his son. What makes me his son? What makes me Yahweh's son is I do not have a will outside of his. I have no thoughts, no ideas, and no program outside of Yahweh. You'll find that all that I ever do, all that I've ever done, and all that I'm ever going to do is found right in the Bible, and it's traced right to his will. No exception. I take no credit for all that I have built. It's all in his name. Yuhei-Wafe. That's one of the things that make me his son. Also, I have no difference in his word. I only speak his words. Even the words I've spoken to you thus far, the principles of those words are all in the Bible. Every single one of them is found in the Bible. No exceptions. So I walk as he says walk. I talk as he says talk. I act as he says act. I do whatever he says do. I have no idea of doing it any other way. Those are the things that makes me his son. I obey his laws, his statutes, his judgments, his commandments. That's why I'm successful. He said in his holy word that if I obey his laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments, that he would make everything, all the works of my hand would prosper. So all the works of my hands, it's prospering. I'm telling you why. Now, what about you? You might say, well, if you're the son of Yahweh, can I be? Of course you can. Of course you can be the sons of Yahweh. Every one of you can be. Every one of you can be the daughters of Yahweh. All you have to do is like I do. Obey his will, just like I do. You automatically become. You believe on his name, then you have eternal life. There's no other name under heaven that you can be saved in other than God who created it. You can't be saved in no name but the name of the one who created everything. And he gave his son a name higher than all the angels in heaven. What's the name higher than all the names that the angels could possibly have? The Father's name. There can be no name higher than the Creator's. So the son has to come in his father's name. Just like if your name is Davis, then your father was named Davis. If your name is Smith, your father's name was Smith. My name is Yahweh, so my father's name is Yahweh. That's logical.
Praise Yahweh. Pure logic. I certainly like to thank the Most Honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh for accepting the mission to come and resurrect Yahweh's people. Praise Yahweh. And now a brief bio on the master teacher, the founder of the Nation of Yahweh, the Most Honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh. Yahweh ben Yahweh came to Miami, Florida alone in 1979 to become the spiritual leader and founder of the Nation of Yahweh. Although he took a vow of poverty that same year, within 7 years, he guided the nation and those who follow his teachings and principles to amass an economic empire in the Miami area and throughout the United States worth over $250 million. Under his direction, the Nation of Yahweh has grown to encompass disciples, followers, and supporters in over 1,300 cities within the United States and 16 foreign countries such as Ghana, Nigeria, Great Britain, Canada, and the entire Caribbean. He has established the curriculum for the University of Yahweh, for which he has received great acclaim in educational excellence. Hebrew Israelite academies, homeschools are based upon his curriculum even today. The moral teachings of Yahweh ben Yahweh are bringing about a change in the lives of individuals by causing them to take a different approach to life. This approach is based upon the scripture, "It is more blessed to give than receive." Yahweh ben Yahweh has given that which cannot be measured in terms of monetary wealth. His gift to the world is the key to success in life, politically, educationally, economically, socially, and spiritually. And now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the Grand Master of the Celestial Lodge, the architect of the universe, the blessed and only potentate, the founder of the Nation of Yahweh. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh.
Remember that this is the morning of the third day, and I shall rise again. I am the resurrection. All of prophecy tells you that I shall rise again. It's all about that. Luke chapter 2, verse 34. No doubt about it. Again, I will love you forever, bless you forever. I remind you once again, my associates are children of the light. That just brings laughter to my heart, to my soul, to realize that at last I have those of you that love peace. And I only want to be in the presence of those of you that love peace. I love you forever. Shalom Aleichem.
Welcome to the Feast of Tabernacles. We are given 7 perfect high holy days, 3 of which are mandatory for our attendance. And the 7 are, number 1, Passover. Number 2, Feast of Unleavened Bread. Number 3, Feast of Weeks. Number 4, Memorial Blowing of Trumpets. Number 5, Day of Atonement. Number 6, Feast of Tabernacles. Number 7, the 8th day following Tabernacles, the Holy Convocation, constituting the 7 perfect high holy days. Feasts are mediums of universal and practical expressions of our commitment to the omnipotent Creator, Yahweh. Now, I could sit down right there because that will give you more than enough to study until we meet again next year at this time, especially when you know how to study. I said, this is our commitment to the omnipotent Creator, Yahweh. Many of you by now have heard the word commitment. But the one thing that most so-called black people of America are not is committed. The only thing I've seen black people committed to is evil, wrongdoing, immorality, partying, nightclubbing, lying. You know the negative connotations that stereotype us. But Feast of Tabernacles is one of our 3 most high holy days. It belongs to the so-called black man of America, ordained by your God, Yahweh, for you to keep forever. Had you been keeping these high holy days, you wouldn't be in America in trouble today. There would be no trouble. you would have power over your life, power over your destiny, power over your children, power over your house, power over your community, power over your city, your state, and your country, and the world. If you were keeping these high holy days with Yahweh in mind. I just gave you the solution to all the world's problems. Yahweh. You've tried everything else, and it has not solved our problems. No matter what you have tried, it has not worked to benefit our people and make us have the same power that other people in this country have. And it is directly involved with not keeping the laws of Yahweh. Yahweh is your God. He's great, good, terrible, and black. That should make you happy. That should make all black people in America happy. Why doesn't knowing that Yahweh is great, good, terrible, and black make black people of America jump up and shout since they say they're black? When you mention that Yahweh is great, good, terrible, and black, and he's the creator of all things, then black people act like they're not black anymore. Is it because our people have thought black is a curse? Well, you're in for a shock, aren't you? The creator of all things is black. And I'm his black son. And I'm happy about it. Now, that should give you joy to know that I'm his son. See what kind of chance you have? That's hope for you after all. You should really rejoice knowing that I am the Creator's son. See, the only way you can't rejoice is you don't understand your relationship to me. Praise Yahweh. Some of my people are so worried about my relationship with my Father that they fail to consider their relationship with me. See, there is a relationship between you and me. I was born, you were born. See, that's a relationship. Yeah? You wonder where I was born? I was born in America. Where were you born? You born in America? I said there's a relationship. I was segregated, you were segregated. I've been oppressed by other people. Oh, y'all haven't been oppressed. And I'll wager you the truth against a lie that the same man that oppressed me, I told you we have a relationship. There's just one difference between all that we have in common, and we have everything in common, is I know who my Father is. And I call my Father by name. Yeah, I have a mother. I have a womb that I came in through. Any of y'all have one? Any one of y'all come through one? I told you there's a connection between us. All my life, people had the power to put me in jail. You had that experience? I mean, I buy property and there are other people that don't look like me can tax it away from me. And just come up with a thing called eminent domain, just take it. Anybody else in here subject to that kind of? Oh, I said we have a connection. I'm connected to my Father, Yahweh. And He is the creator of all things. Yahweh created the heavens and the earth. That's my Father. Now, if I can be born and He's my Father, who is your Father? What's the difference? I know mine. That's what makes us different. I know Yahweh, and I'm here to introduce you to your Father. My Father is your Father.
Yahweh been Yahweh. Because of you I exist.
Praise Yahweh. I certainly like to thank the most honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh for this message at this time. It is truly nation time. It is time for us to build. It is time for us to wake up and rule. If nothing more than wake up and rule yourself. You are the ruler. You are the measuring instrument of your righteousness. Now, Yahweh has given us the law, statutes, judgments, and commandments to be righteous. And He said righteousness exalts not only yourself, but the whole nation. So that's what time it is. So we're going to get into this message and begin to break it down. And we're going to have a recap of our high holy days, the 6 high holy days, Feast of Tabernacles, the 7th is the Holy Convocation, right? The 8th day, but the 7th festival. Praise Yahweh. So before we get into that, Sister Tamar, I'd like to introduce co-host Sister Tamar. Sister Tamar, you got something to say, don't you?
I do.
A whole lot to say, huh?
But right after these commercials.
Yeah, all right.
Neo Jazz School of Music is an educational institute whose primary purpose is to rescue our children through music and the arts. Music and arts programs are scientifically proven to expand the intellectual capacity of the student in areas such as math and science. In addition, students of music and the arts make for well-rounded, productive members of society, no matter what career path they choose. Neo Jazz School of Music currently provides education and training to community youth in the greater New Orleans area.
Get it up! Yay! Oh my gosh, we accomplished life! Praises unto Yahweh, and Yahweh been Yahweh. From the nation of Yahweh.
YahwehRadio.com. YahwehRadio.com. YahwehRadio.com.
Let nobody turn me away from Yahweh.
YahwehRadio.com.
Yahweh ben Yahweh is a great God and a great King above
YahwehRadio.com.
Hey, this is Jeremiah Israel here, author and host of Live Talk. Just to ask you a question, have you purchased the new book, The Spiritual Significance of a Name? If not, why not? The Spiritual Significance of a Name is a book that can really put you on a journey to defining who you are. Have you ever searched for your purpose or wondered about your purpose? Have you ever considered or thought about the names that you may name your children, or even the name that you may have? These are all powerful thoughts that comes across your mind, and it's all given to you through the Most High, because He put us on this earth with a purpose, and you can define your purpose within your name. Pick up the book today. Go to www.yeremiahisrael.com. That's www.yeremiahisrael.com and purchase the book. Purchase the book so you can be on your journey to defining your true purpose.
Well, praise Yahweh. There are some exceptional things coming out of our from our family in Orlando, as our brother Jeremiah Yisrael just shared. The author of The Spiritual Significance of a Name. You can get that on YeremiahYisrael.com and at thenationofyahweh.com. And also join our family from the city of Orlando today for another live talk. Today, there'll be a discussion with golf professional Eric Rue on the importance of youth sports in the community. So join us on that live talk conversation. You can find out more information at YeremiahYisrael.com and on Facebook at Live Talk Orlando. Speaking of exceptional experience, our family has, as our brother Lou has shared today, has had an amazing Feast of Tabernacles. The Nation of Yahweh and our family is grateful for all those who joined hands together to do the work of nation building. We want to continue this effort because it takes an ongoing effort to keep a nation. So family, this is just the beginning. This feast was just an example of the greatness we'll be doing together in our feast to come. So praise Yahweh. We thank you, family, and thank Yahweh for you, for your efforts. The Nation of Yahweh and Yahweh Education Center invites our family in the Orlando area to continue to support those efforts in Orlando at our Yahweh Education Center, conveniently located at 750 South Orange Blossom Trail, Suite 26, Orlando, Florida. And also join us at 2 p.m. Eastern Time for our live talk as previously announced. The Nation of Yahweh and Builders of the Highway Foundation invites our family in the Miami area to visit the Yahweh Education Center, which is conveniently located at 1065 Northwest 108th Street, Miami, Florida. Shabbat classes are held the first and third Saturdays of the month, so be on the lookout for those announcements. And we're excited to announce that the Neo Jazz School of Music Miami, that's right, family, we have a virtual hub and an on-site location there at our Yahweh Education Center from our family in the Miami area. So do visit the Yahweh Education Center at 1065 Northwest 108th Street, Miami, Florida. The Nation of Yahweh invites our family in the Riviera Beach, Florida area to join us for a study class every Thursday evening at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time. That's 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you are interested in attending this class, please reach out to our family in the Riviera Beach, Florida area at area code 561-719-9527. That's 561-719-9527. Well, praise Yahweh, family. I hope you are ready for your health seminars this weekend. Join us this weekend for our health seminars Saturday and Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, and 9 a.m. Pacific. Join us on Saturday for Being and Becoming Healthy. Yahweh Ben Yahweh, the prescription for eternal life. The dial-in number is, and I hope you have your pen ready, because the dial-in number is 732-434-3669. That's 732-434-3669. And that's Being and Becoming Healthy. Yahweh Ben Yahweh, the prescription for eternal life, on today. And then join us on tomorrow for Being and Becoming Clean. Yahweh Ben Yahweh, the prescription for eternal life. Now there is a separate dial-in number. That's area code 339-207-6011. Again, that's 339-207-6011. The Neo Jazz School of Music is excited to announce the continued development of the property located at 1701 St. Anthony Street in New Orleans into the Yahweh Life Center. We have had a few setbacks with Hurricane Ida, but recovery efforts are ongoing and the production in the studio continues. The Neo Jazz School of Music has a mission to enact a positive change in the families of our community through an education in arts, music, and cultural education, training, and diversity. So we continue this work through the development of the Yahweh Life Center and supporting many efforts throughout the city of New Orleans and our nation broadly. You are continuing to support this effort through your subscription of YahwehRadio.com. So that's Yahweh Radio, YahwehRadio, YahwehRadio.com. And you can support the music school directly by visiting neojazz.org. That's NEOJAZZ.org. And we are a nation on the move. We've successfully raised some funding for the launch of a business development micro grant program. And part of those efforts are going to be announced soon. So family, we want to congratulate our family for coming together and building this work collectively. Praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. Well, let's talk about that for a brief second. Go ahead.
But I do want to let our family know that in order to stay up to date on all of the things that we have around our nation, we want to invite you to visit thenationofyahweh.com. That's our website. That's thenationofyhwh.com. Also visit theunfoldinglight.com. And we're on Facebook, YouTube.
And we do have a newsletter, right?
We do have a newsletter.
We'll be getting our newsletter again to be put out this information.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
So thenationofyahweh.com. Praise Yahweh.
All right. So we talk about this program. Well, see, the thing about it is, we were thinking that our nation need to think like a nation. All other nations come to this country and they pool their resources and they live in the same communities, for the most part. And they help one another, they support one another, and all of their businesses prosper. Well, when you think about a nation, what makes up a nation, we're taught what makes up a nation is husbands, wives, and children, and if any are weak, the nation is weak. So when you think about it, we have to rescue our future Most Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh taught us to rescue our future. He also taught us to pool our resources. He also taught us to support one another. So we thought about something that could do all three, support ourselves, pool our resources, rescue our future, and we came up with a micro grant program to grant our young entrepreneurs not only a monetary grant, but also a technical assistance grant to help them with the understand. Nobody helped me when I started my first business. Nobody had the wisdom of the accountancy that I needed, the bookkeeping, the type of business that I needed to be in. So many elements of business I was just totally unaware of. I was aware of commerce. I was aware of, hey, if I do this, you'll pay me to do that, or if I create this product, you'll pay me for it. And the commerce part about, hey, buy this, and taking in the money was the easy part. But now, how do I manage all of this?
It's interesting that you are framing the conversation around the management of it. And yes, Yahweh has blessed us with this vision of a phase strategy for nation building, because part of it is having a future for our children. And what we're seeing right now is a mass exodus from the
job market.
From the job market. And we're also seeing a mass exodus from industries that are what has been labeled as extractive.
Right.
And so communities are figuring out ways that they can be self-sustainable, they could be self-sufficient, they could be independent and autonomous.
Absolutely.
Sounds familiar. Sounds like the teachings of the Most Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh.
And sounds like on their way of being sovereign. When you're able to take care of yourself, you're not subjected to other people and whatever they charge you for your life, for your livelihood.
And as our father, Yahweh Ben Yahweh, so eloquently laid out in today's message about our feast and how our feast, there are several of them, 3 that are mandatory for our attendance. We're talking about attending the works that are needed for nation building. Yahweh Ben Yahweh said that, keeping the feast of Yahweh is going to give us power, restore us back into that power. And he went on to say, over our families, our lives, our children's, our communities, everything about ourselves is restoring that power. And so they're inherent in that idea that in keeping our feast, there's a restoral of our power. And in attending these 3 feasts, there's some greater works that are needed. So I wanted to dive deeper into this word attend and then jump back into this phase development strategy, because there's so much packed in today's conversation and from our feasts.
Absolutely. There's so much because, like you were saying, the Most Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh said that our attendance is mandatory. Now, we've always thought about that in the shallow sense of showing up,
or just the most physical sense.
Right. The shallow sense, because it goes deeper than that. So the physical sense is we're standing there at the feast. Right. Now, that does not mean that you're attending the feast because you're standing there. The root word of attendance is to attend, just like we did in the Feast of Tabernacles when I talked about how we can use the first 2 steps of the 10-step study method, even the first step, to gain a deeper understanding. And that first step is just to go and look up the word. Well, we look up the word attend, and there's multiple definitions, of course, but just a few I want to talk about. It says, number 3 of the definition of attend is to take care of, minister to, devote one's service to. But wait, it gets deeper. Number 5 says to take charge of, watch over, look after, tend, guard.
Wow.
See, we're talking about our future here. We're talking about attending to our future when we come to the feast. But
And what also is standing out to me is this interesting relationship that Yahweh Ben Yahweh
yes,
identified in today's
absolutely.
message. He outlined that he came and he has given us a demonstration of what it means to keep the laws of Yahweh and regain power. He's the perfect prime example of and our model for success. You know, when we think about it, our model for success is modeling the behavior of the most honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh and attending to the laws of Yahweh, keeping the feast, regaining power back into our communities and our families and our lives. And Yahweh Ben Yahweh came setting up businesses.
Well,
and supporting the development of businesses.
At one point, the Nation of Yahweh had over 42 businesses operating. I recall that Yahweh Ben Yahweh set up a chain of grocery stores in various cities overnight. You know, one day they wasn't there, the next day they were there. And so, all at the same, opened up at the same time. So when we talk about the business principles and the business teachings of the most honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh, it was productivity, it was productive, it was not, and it was essential.
And what that also meant was, it wasn't just a vocalized thing. There was an actual movement and effort and transference of capital
absolutely
into a business and a transference of energy directed towards that business. See, keeping the feast is all about a divine formula. It's about the process of production. And that's what Yahweh Ben Yahweh has been teaching us over time, is that the power of production has been taken out of our hands. And when we look at the plight of this world, this country that we're in, all production has come from, all modern production has come from the hands of the so-called Black man of America. And so now we, as people who own this production power, have to regain the power by keeping the laws, being productive in our homes, being productive in our communities, and creating businesses that we can support and sustain.
Well, one of the things that the most honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh demonstrated is that he set up a educational institution that educated our youth, but the reward of their education was that when they graduated into their own business. They wasn't going to shop for jobs.
Right.
They graduated and to their own businesses, but the nation, our family, had to pool our resources and set up those businesses for our young graduates to graduate into rulership of. People, when we're prosperous, we will be able to provide jobs for our children, that our children don't need to go looking for jobs from other nations. And that's what Yahweh Ben Yahweh demonstrated with the graduates having their own businesses and multi-million-dollar businesses. They had their own businesses within that business.
And he created educational mechanism that taught our children how to be business owners.
Absolutely.
He created the power of ownership, an idea that our community, our children, had lost grasp of. And as we look today, people are making a mass exodus from like this modern sense of production and looking for alternative ways. What better way for us to attend to the nation building efforts by modeling the success and modeling what our father Yahweh Ben Yahweh did.
That's our purpose.
Yes, sir.
He came and laid the foundation and showed us how to do it and demonstrated to us what to do, how to do it, and why we're doing it. And he even gave us a divine principle and divine wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to accomplish it.
So he infused capital into the creation of businesses from across the nation, like our micro grant program. He also educated our youth and us how to manage and be owners of businesses. So we want to model that through Yahweh's Nation Building Institute, the business.
Absolutely.
And he did the big thing of acquiring assets, resources.
Well, let's talk about the Yahweh's Nation Building Institute, because the Institute is being built on the principles, the business principles of the Most Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. He taught us business principles, and he taught us a lot of them. He taught us deep understanding of doing business. And this is what this institute is all about. Not the wicked institute of business that is promoted in this world. This is not capitalism. You know, we're not trying to build something that will take money and take resources from you and make people rich. No, we're building an institution that is designed to give you principles to make you rich.
Mm.
Because if you rich, then the nation is rich. If a select group of people is rich, the nation is not rich. And that was the principle of Yahweh Ben Yahweh, that move you from poverty to riches, not move himself. He was a wealthy man before he started the nation of Yahweh. He gave it all away, took a vow of poverty. He owned nothing. Wasn't about him owning anything, but he guided those who followed his principles and his teachings to amass a fortune. That was all in their names. It wasn't in his name. It wasn't his. It was theirs. And they did with it what they will when the tragedy came. But that was predicted as, you know, it was prophesied. That's not even an issue. We glad that prophecy fulfilled itself. Otherwise, there'll be no work for us to do. If everything Yahweh Ben Yahweh built for us was still existed today, there'd be no work for us to do. But Yahweh told us that greater works we shall do, so he making us work. And at this Feast of Tabernacles, we're ready for the challenge. You know, it's a great start, but we can't be black folks. And Lord knows we cannot be niggas. And that means we get a good start and then it all falls apart and goes by the wayside, and we get distracted by, you know, football and fashion and TV and everything else that distracts us from keeping this momentum going.
We must attend to.
We must attend to it.
We must attend to it. And, you know, is being connected to the Father's instruction as outlined in Proverbs chapter 4, verse 1. You know, it says it very clear. Hear ye, children, the instruction of a father, and attend to know understanding. For I give you good doctrine. Forsake ye not my law. So it gives real clear understanding that our Father Yahweh Ben Yahweh gave us a divine formula. There were very clear action steps. There was the investment, there was the education, and then there was the asset acquisition framing. So we have to do this. We have to continue to do this work, but we can't do it without understanding.
Well, Yahweh Ben Yahweh didn't give us a fish. He taught us how to fish.
Yes, sir.
You know, and he demonstrated to those who took his teachings and applied them how they worked to amass what he amassed in the 80s. You know, and now it's time for us. This is the time for us to achieve those greater works, because as we look around us, this system of capitalism, of wickedness is crumbling. No matter what they do, no matter how hard they talk, it's still crumbling from within. It is just have no substance to it, because without Yahweh, without God in this society, society is doomed to repeat every other great society in the past that left out Yahweh is gone.
And that's at the end of the story. That's
End of the story.
end point. And it's not about, assuming that we are throwing the baby out with the bathwater, because Yahweh taught us to rightly divide the word of truth. We look for good in every system, every mechanism. We pull out what is good about it.
We utilize the good and we shun and eschew the rest.
Exactly. Praise Yahweh. And the good is what was reflected. We reflect Yahweh's goodness in our daily walk. And this is the talk that we're talking about. And now it's time for us to really activate this movement and really build a nation, do the work. Let's not talk about it. We all completely agree that we need to get some support in doing this collectively. Well, let's support each other in doing it collectively.
Absolutely.
That said, Brother Lou, I want to just really reflect on our feast too.
Well, when we reflect on our feast, we had, go ahead.
We had some amazing presenters, the presentations, the performances. I mean, Yahweh gave us.
And the joy in giving. Yes. All of the people who made donations on the spot, pledges on the spot,
the donors,
and they did it with joy. It wasn't, oh man, I don't know if I should. I'm sure there were some people out there hesitant, but they'll be able to see the works. This is an ongoing effort forever. We will not stop pooling our resources. We will not stop rescuing our future and investing in our future. We won't stop educating ourselves to do better, moral, ethical business for the glorification of Yahweh. This is forever, people. This is how do you build a nation. You don't stop. You don't do it and then you go back to building somebody else's nation.
We got to build ours.
365 days a year, you building other people's nation. Every time you spend $1 with another nation, and you do it every single day, you building their nation. We have to redirect that wealth back to our nation and make sure we support our nation, our people, our businesses. And this program is all about us coming together and supporting, making our family businesses strong, our nation business is strong, making them to where they can get out the word and make it known to the rest of the people who want to support us in our nation. Make it to where everybody in the nation and outside the nation know of these businesses.
Yes, sir.
Praise
yes, sir. But it was truly a demonstration of the divine nature of our Father Yahweh, with all the information that was shared, with all the talent that presented itself, the presentations on their names. Our children are a reflection of our Father's light. And this is what we want to continue. This is the outreach that we want to continue to grow, but we can't do it by continuing to not support each other and having sustainable businesses within our nation. We need to be able to develop these so that our young people have somewhere to go. And that's it. We want to hear, we're almost at that point.
Almost. Well, the understanding of the mission that we're embarking upon is the seriousness of, like Yahweh spoke in previous messages on Unfolding Light, that we got to get serious. And that's what prompted us to go ahead and have a fundraiser to pool our resources for a particular goal, for a few different goals, successive goals that will get into that asset acquisitions of land and farmland and raw materials to make products and goods and services for all the nation to patronize and to be that self-sustaining entity that we strive to be.
Yes, sir. And one recurring theme as I'm embarking on the journey of co-op development is understanding that the necessary skill to manage the business's growth is always a crucial factor. always a crucial factor. So if you put together a mechanism where there isn't the constant education and access to knowledge and resources, then you find yourselves on the back end of all markets. And one of the things that was raised in a conversation that I was having in an interview that I'll be announcing later that I participated in was that access to market industry information is something that our people generally do not have access to grow their businesses. And so we want to reshape, reframe.
Absolutely. And even that's a mouthful.
Mhm.
A step below that is we don't really have the management skills in the market of today's market, the management tools, the management skills, because that's not something that we are taught. I remember I started my first business in 1987. And imagine if I had proper management skills at that time. Imagine if I had proper bookkeeping and accountancy, proper licenses and just, funding, proper funding sources and all of the things that is necessary to grow a successful business. Imagine had I had all that knowledge, because it wasn't it was knowledge of it, because if I knew it, I needed it, I could have gained the knowledge. The public library taught all of those, had books on all of those situations, marketing and management. But because I didn't know it existed, had no knowledge of it, I couldn't avail myself of that information. And it took years to begin to understand these things. That's what we're talking about, making sure that our nation's businesses, our children, our young business, our entrepreneurs, they have access to information like that and skills of that nature, so that they can be successful and can endure, to perpetuity.
Indeed. It's about creating the infrastructure to house, manage, and sustain what we mean when we talk about nation building.
Praise
you
Yahweh.
Cannot do it without the proper infrastructure. And that's the conversation we're having today. Praise Yahweh. We want to invite our family to this conversation and really uplift what they enjoyed about our feast, uplift what they enjoyed about our conversation today, about our Father's message. We are in a spirit of uplifting and really giving praise and honor to doing the work of goodness that our Father Yahweh, Ben Yahweh, has demonstrated.
And I also have to remind you that this is an ongoing fundraiser, so you can still make donations.
Oh, they can?
And I was about to go to Sister Tamar so you can tell them how they can
find out
donations.
How to share this information. Let me pull that up one moment.
We did make our guide, our preliminary goal, our first phase goal, and we're well into our second phase goal of building fundraising to build a Yahweh Nation Building Institute, which will teach these principles of businesses. So we're moving forward, people. Our family see the seriousness of the times. We see and want to heed the word of our Father Yahweh Ben Yahweh into building and pooling our resources. And we know we only have pennies, but it's okay, because if 1 million people pool together their pennies, they pocket change, I guarantee you we'll have enough money to build almost anything we desire.
Yes,
so
sir.
That's what it's about.
Yes, sir, indeed. Now, we do have here on screen ways that you can continue to make your pledges and or donations. You can make your donations directly using Cash App at $donate NOY. Again, that's $donate NOY. Or you can go online to thenationofyahweh.com and click on our tithes. There should be a link right in there for you to go right directly to the page. And then finally, or not finally, but next, text the word, singly, just the word, donate.
Well, we have to explain that. The text is not a personal text of anybody.
Yes.
It's set up exactly for this
It'll send,
particular fundraising.
it'll send you a link so that you can actually make a donation right from your smartphone. So if you just text the word donate to area code 504,
Not, I would like to donate.
just donate. Just
May
donate.
I donate? No, nothing like that.
Just donate. 504-336-3280. And if you want to make a pledge, just text the word pledge. That's all.
That's it.
Pledge.
One word.
That's 504-336-3280. That said, family,
One word, one soul.
we are live for Power Talk now. So we want
And the
to
lines are open.
should be open. So if you're having difficulties, drop us a note in the chat, but you can unmute yourself using the microphone button on your Zoom app. And I believe *6 if you are dialed in. So we do want to hear from you. We want to hear your feedback from the feast, any feedback from the messages that were heard today. We do have a caller with their line unmuted. Caller with your line unmuted. You're live on Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Just want to say how grateful I am, and I know others feel the same, for the fabulous feast that we had. It was amazing. It just gives you so much confidence. You know, our leadership with you guys, you know, organizing things, our teaching priests and priestess, and our children, it was just so encouraging to the heart. So total to everybody that was involved with that. I believe that we must continue, no doubt about it. And it can be simple things. For example, I pledge every month to blackhistory.org. You know, it's a reoccurring payment every month through PayPal. And, you know, it's because anybody that supports the organization want to help keep it funded. So that's another topic. We can talk about that later. But they sustain their organization through those contributions, and it works for them. So, Toda. Also, I wanted to say that I think that, you know, the energy that was exhibited via us being virtual was awesome. I still hope that we can continue the live events once the craziness with the COVID and all that stuff ends, because I think we can do both. I think Yahweh will bless us enough to have the resources, you know, to still contribute, to still do all those things and come together live, because I really believe that's still a part of what, you know, we are to do. So thank you again, Toda, and Shabbat Shalom to everybody who is making our nation grow and securing our future.
Well, praise Yahweh. I thank Yahweh for your comments. And I do want to let you know that it is in our plan, and we are raising funds to make it to where we can have our on-site feast in a place that we are in control of, we are purchased and own and are sovereign in. And that's the goal. That's one of our goals, is to be sovereign in our own place, that we can praise Yahweh without the foolishness of this crazy, mixed up, backwards world that, you know, the God of this world has created.
Praise Yahweh. And I want to thank our sister Shatula for sharing her feedback on the feast. I'm so grateful for you, sis. Yahweh has a soldier. I know you are a soldier for Yahweh. So cannot wait for us to get back together in the feast, in present with one another, so that we can do this building work, because it is going to require some hands-on. You know, the time that we're just experiencing is a setback, but it's not a setback for those of us who are on the move. So we use these opportunities to continue to grow. We use them to make sure we build and continue to build, whether it's on site, virtually, in our hearts and in our minds. This is the time for us to attend to keeping Yahweh's law, no matter what the conditions on the ground are.
And attend, by definition, is to listen to and give heed to. So when you think about it, our virtual feast, we listen to the word But it's not only talking about physically listening, it's heeding that word, it's attending to that word to where it permeates through your life. It does not stop when the feast is over. Now you go back to the world. No, you don't.
Sir.
You take all that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and all that energy and all that built up power in those words, and you put them into action.
Activate that power.
You activate it in your lives. You hold Bible studies, you teach, you begin to learn and get together with other people and learn of Yahweh and teach yourselves these principles and begin to pool resources just so wherever you are, you can begin that type of situation to where your nation building.
That's right. That's right.
Our nation is all over the world.
Demonstrating that power.
You're demonstrating
that power. And I want to lift out, and I'm so grateful that we were able to keep the energy so high at this feast, because I understand we want to get together and see one another. We want to be present with one another. I want that right now.
Mhm.
I miss everyone right now. But we were able to reach so many youth. What I recognized on this virtual feast this time was that so many of our young children were on their own cell phones enjoying the feast. I know there are a few, maybe one or two on the line with us now, but they were on their own devices, had downloaded the Zoom app, and was attending the feast themselves. Praise Yahweh.
And heeding the word. Absolutely. Absolutely. Praise Yahweh. Well, our conversation is open.
We do have a caller with their line unmuted. Caller with your line unmuted. You are now live on Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom, family. Praise Yahweh. Praise Yahweh, Ben Yahweh. This is Sister Yochebed. Sarah Yisrael, Beth Yahweh. Praise Yahweh, my dear sister. It's so good to hear you all this morning. I just want to let everybody to understand that despite what's going on, remember the 23rd Psalm. The Lord Yahweh is our shepherd. The Lord Yahweh, Ben Yahweh, is our shepherd, and we shall not want. Despite everything that's around us, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Why? Because Yahweh is our shepherd. This is very important to remember right now, and to remember the joy of having Yahweh in your corner 24/7. Despite what's going on around despite the fact that farmers are speaking out about a letter sent to them to destroy their crops, family, to destroy crops. And with all the hunger and famine around the world, with your shelves going bare daily, they're telling farmers to destroy their crops. We shall not want. How is that going to happen? We are going to depend on Yahweh. We are going to depend on what Yahweh has taught us. We are going to remember what Yahweh has taught us. And we are going to do what we need to do to survive this time. We are Noah. We are the ark, because we have Yahweh's instructions. Noah had Yahweh's instructions on what to do. And this is why today, everything that our nation is doing, all the resources that we're pulling together, everything is the ark that's going to allow us to float on the water as we make it through this period, family. So remember, Yahweh is our shepherd. Yahweh Ben Yahweh is our shepherd, and we shall not want. Praise Yahweh. Love you, family.
Praise Yahweh. Exceptional, exceptional.
Divine message from the divine mind of Yahweh straight down through his disciples and children.
Yes,
this
indeed.
is what its time it is. It is nation time. When we say nation time, that's exactly what we're talking about. We have to pool our resources and we have to take care of ourselves. We can't let the plans of wicked people deter us or even distract us from doing what we've been told to do.
And it's also a time to revisit our ideas about things. You know, as people, as individuals, We have individual concepts and precepts about how things should be. And it's really now a time for ourselves to open up to a different way of thinking about how to move forward. Because what has been happening so far, some of the efforts, the energies that has been happening so far, we have to ask ourselves, what is the outcome of that?
Right.
And if we don't change something in our process,
then the outcome will be the same.
The outcome will remain the same. So revisit our old ideas, our own concepts, our old understandings about things, because we have to nation build. And that means by any means necessary, by growth, by love, by in the word of Yahweh, of building communities and our knowledge base on how to sustain them.
And just understand that building anything requires a commitment. It requires knowledge and wisdom. It requires a commitment, and it requires the people to be at one action in doing these things. And then that they do will be successful. So the same thing with us. We look at all other nations that has come to this country, and they only been here for a short time, but they have built, to the point of ruling cities, ruling states, whereas we've been here longer than anybody. And because we refuse to put our petty differences aside, and because we love to support others more than ourselves, it has got us at the very bottom of this so-called rich country. And it has got us so divided and destroyed that we don't even see that we're richer than most nations in this country. We are, but because we're scattered from ourselves, and we can't pool our resources, that $1.3 trillion that we just give away each year, we give it away to other countries. Other countries have built their economies, they built their armies, their militaries off of dollars that you spend in their stores here in your neighborhood.
Yes, sir. Yes,
you wonder why all nations take a big risk in putting businesses in your neighborhood, because they're going to get your dollar.
Yes, sir. Well, we do have a caller. I think I'm trying to get you to unmute yourself. There you go.
Praise.
Caller with your line unmuted. You are now live on Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Boker Tov. Praise Yahweh, Ben Yahweh.
Boker Tov.
I wanted to express that the youth participation that we had during this feast was so phenomenal. And that just goes to show, train up a child. Like if you are a grandmother, an aunt, an uncle, and you see that you have someone near that is not getting the knowledge of Yahweh, taught by Yahweh, Ben Yahweh, then step in, because it pays off. Some participation we had were grandchildren or great-grandchildren. And it was because of other members of the family stepping in and making sure that that knowledge is taught, because those are the same ones who are going to inherit the nation. And our youth, with each generation, you have new babies, you have new minds, and innovate means to bring fresh new ideas to something that has been already established. And that's what we're going to have. We're going to have the youth coming in, adding and building more rooms on the foundation that Yahweh Ben Yahweh created for us. And it's exciting. It's really refreshing to see that we had our young people just participating. And like Sister Yerusha and Brother Benyahu said, how their children were so excited and they were dancing and laughing. And that's needed. And it's just so refreshing. And I'm looking forward to more of it. So praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. Likewise, we're looking to so much more of engagement from our whole family. You know, I've always been one of those people who I didn't like going places where my family wasn't welcome.
Shalom, family.
Shalom. We have a caller with their line unmuted. Welcome to Power
Shabbat
Talk.
Shalom, welcome to Power Talk.
Shalom, family. I just wanted to say that I love the feast and my performance, and I just hope y'all loved it and enjoyed it.
Absolutely. Who are we speaking with?
And this is Prince Yeshaya speaking.
Oh, praise Yahweh. Welcome,
We absolutely
Prince.
did. And we encourage you to continue to offer those offerings at our high holy days. And we're going to make it possible where it can always happen.
Praise Yahweh. Indeed.
Praise Yahweh.
Excited to hear you this morning as well. Praise Yahweh and Boca Tov.
Boca Tov.
Boca Tov, sis, Sister Zavia Athalia, Holiday, Florida. And I'm really enjoying our program today. And I just wanted to go to one or two scriptures for family, because this is what we did this feast and we must continue to do. And that's Acts chapter 4, verse 32 and 34. And it reads, "And the multitude of them that believed were of one heart and of one soul. Neither said any of them that aught of the things which he possessed was his own, but they had all things common." And verse 34, "Neither was there any among them that lacked, for as many as were possessors of lands or houses sold them and brought the prices of the things that were sold." And another scripture that backs that up, I think it's in the book of Acts chapter 2 as well. So we have to continue to do what our Father taught us to do. He was the prime example, and we are now beginning to come together and do what he did and taught us to do. And that's to pool our minds, first of all, and then pool our resources. And it may be necessary that one day we may have to all come together in under a one roof of buildings. And we know that's going to require multiple buildings. And when you look at the example of Moses and whatnot, people ran to the name Yahweh. They ran to the strong tower.
Mm-hmm.
So we're preparing for all of that. I'm just elated. I'm happy. And I'm just happy to be alive today and be a part of this good work. And I love you much, family. Praise Yahweh. Toda for allowing me to share.
Praise Yahweh. We thank Yahweh for you sharing. We do have another caller with their line unmuted. Welcome to Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk.
I had to say something. Praise Yahweh. Alicia Leah over in Los Angeles. I got boots on the ground. Praise
Yes, indeed.
Awesome feast. I mean, we are on the front row of putting everything together for our people. We are the #1 Black organic company that we have the chicken, we have the farm of the vegetables, the hydroponic, we have the oils, and we also now have the bamboo toilet paper for our people because they run out of people at Walmart.
Yes, they are.
Standing on the ground and over this situation. I shall live and not die. Love you, brothers and sisters.
Praise Yahweh. We certainly love it hearing from you out there on the coast, out there, keeping
Thank you, and we love you too.
Holding up the name, upholding the name of Yahweh, doing those great works right there on the ground.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We love to hear from more about family.
Absolutely.
Got a few more minutes left.
Yep. We definitely have a few lines still open for anybody who would like to speak on behalf of the joy that our nation is experiencing right now by just coming together. That's a joyful thing, coming together, not just to stand together, but to stand together.
to truly stand together.
To stand together.
And
solidarity.
And I'll just say and testify that many of us who are here standing together, we've been standing together for some time now. We holding on, we hanging in there. We're not
going anywhere.
We're intentionally working together to build up.
And while the nations of the world is going down.
That's it.
So we want the nation of Yahweh is coming up.
We want to encourage our family to stay positive out there, because though it may seem, grim and hard and harsh.
And it is for those who choose other than Yahweh.
We choose Yahweh, and we want to continue to excite you that Yahweh's good news is here to save us. This message of power and self-sustainability,
Yahweh
and
is not
self-sufficiency.
Yahweh is not a man that he should lie. And he said, if we return unto him, he will return unto us. And we need to return unto him with everything that we have, all our mind, heart, body, soul, resources, pool them together so that we can be that sovereign nation that we are. We have to exercise the power. You don't have to ask this current government for anything. They don't have the power to grant us freedom. We have the power to grant us freedom. All you have to do is free yourself from his mindset and you're free.
Yes,
he
sir.
cannot control you. Yahweh is in control of everything, him included. You have to choose him. It is true. You have to invite him into your mind for him to be able to come. And when you kick him out, he can't come back.
That's right. Yes, Yahweh.
So it's all up to you. That war of Armageddon is taking place in your mind. Kick him out. Kick Satan out and all his propaganda tools that he used with the distractions and the technology and everything. Kick him out of your mind. Yahweh calls it to where everything can be used for the glorification of Yahweh.
It sure can. We have to.
It's how you choose to use it.
How we choose to use it. And I want to thank everybody. I know we're getting close. Oh, we do have a call with their line unmuted before we go.
Absolutely.
Call with your line unmuted. You are now live on Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom, family.
Shabbat Shalom. Praise Yahweh.
My name is Kasriel Yisrael Ben Yahweh. Excuse me.
Shalom, Brother Kasriel.
The reason why I wanted to share this morning is because during the feast, Brother Lude had mentioned an example of rulership being displayed by example. We rule by example. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to expand on that idea by pointing out that all religious beliefs, all faiths, that they basically try to address or answer questions about existence or a person's belief in God, spirituality, religion. And for the most part, most people are seeking the answers to those questions. What's unique about us is that once we go through a process, or at least once I've gone through a process of trying to have those questions answered by partying, by being successful in business without Yahweh, my spiritual questions, the things that I'm curious about, through all these distractions that the world has to offer. Well, Yahweh Ben Yahweh came and gave us true, real, substantive answers. So people out there today who are not actually attracted to the nation of Yahweh, or who are not actually involved with the nation of Yahweh, they're still struggling to find answers to their spiritual questions. They're still trying to find answers to the lies that they've been told. Mm-hmm. And we have those answers. Once I am proficient enough in recognizing my own answers, then I become proficient enough to see how people are seeking those same answers through what the world has to offer, but does not provide the answer. And all I have to do is wait patiently. And if I come in contact with the person, I can offer them what I use, or what is ruling over me, which is God Yahweh and his son, Yahweh Ben Yahweh. So I just wanted to share that observation. Praise Yahweh Ben Yahweh. And love everyone. Have a great rest of your day.
Praise Yahweh. We love you too, brother. We thank Yahweh for your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and that you were able to share with us part of that wisdom today.
Indeed.
Praise
Yes,
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
And we're now at the end of our this episode of Unfolding Light, this edition of the Unfolding Light. We do want to shout out all of our family, all of our supporters, all of our true believers and disciples of Yahweh that came together and stood up and allowed us to make our first goal, 4 days into the feast. 4 days into the feast, we reached our goal that, and that's just proof that we want to do this. We have to do this. Our very survival is at hand. Yahweh say, he's not going to magically save you. If you don't do what he requires of you, you're not magically saved because you call on the name Yahweh. There's people all over the world that say Yahweh and know that that's the name of God. But do they do his will, or do they do the bidding of others? And so it's all about what you be. You a doer of the word and not a hearer. Yahweh say, pool these resources. He say, pool your talents. He say, build and take care and rescue your future. Attend the feast, in the deepness of the word attend.
Praise Yahweh. And I'm grateful for all who attended the feast as well. And I'm excited for us attending our feast in the upcoming future, both virtually and on site. And just want to offer that when you look at the word attend from an etymological sense, it also means, from the early 14th century, to direct one's mind or energies toward.
Absolutely.
And so I'm grateful for all who directed their mind, their energy. You showed up, you showed your energy, and your energy was investing in this effort. And we are grateful, and we ask that you continue to direct your mind and your energy towards Yahweh's divine formula that he gave us here. Let us exercise and behave and demonstrate the behavior that the most honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh gave us.
Well, just a little one last thought before we close out of prayers. That when you find yourself craving, that McDonald's burger that you shouldn't eat, just go and donate. Go to that number and donate that $5 to our efforts to rescue our future. Go donate that $5-6 that you was going to do something.
Say,
with.
Go to your Cash App.
Go to your Cash App and instead of giving it to McDonald's, who everybody knows that their food is not edible, it's not kosher, but that's not the point. Take that money and abstain from that and give it to your future. Praise Yahweh. Now I invite you all to stand and face the east as we close out this episode of the Unfolding Light with a prayer to our Heavenly Father Yahweh, the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Tefillah. Avenu Shabbat Shemayim, Yikadesh Shemecha, Tavo Malkuterka, Yazeh Rezonka, Kim Vashemayim Kain Ba'aretz, and Lekem Kukenu, Kain Lanu Hayam, Uslat Lanu, All Katienu, Kimo Sasokin, Gamanatnu, Lakotiam Lanu, Veal Tevienu, Lade Nisayam, King called Senu, Minhara, Kilaka, Hamamlaha, Veha Givera, Veha Tefieret, Leolame, Olamin Sila. We thank thee, O Yahweh, O living and eternal King, who has so mercifully restored our souls within us. So let everything that has breath praise Yahweh. And always remember, Yahweh loves you. Yahweh Ben Yahweh loves you. So does the nation of Yahweh. Shabbat Shalom, family.
Thank you for joining the Unfolding Light presented by the Nation of Yahweh. If you have any comments or questions, please email us at thenationofyahweh@gmail.com. Follow us online at theunfoldinglight.blogspot.com and on our Facebook page at The Nation of Yahweh. That's the nation of YAHWEH. Also, do remember to pay Yahweh and yourself first and don't touch it, as instructed by the Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. You can send your tithes, donations, and offerings to the Nation of Yahweh at P.O. Box 555115, Orlando, Florida 32855, and be blessed continually according to Malachi chapter 3 verse 10. Praise Yahweh, and please join us next Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the next installment of The Unfolding Light. Shalom, shalom.
I feel like I'm light as a feather, 'cause my mind has been purified so much better. No more crying, well, no more would I have to keep on lying, 'cause it's smooth sailing all day in Yahweh. Yahweh. I want to tell you something. No more worrying, no more worrying. 'Cause you see, this time I got a peace of mind. 'Cause it's smooth sailing, in Yahweh. Gotta tell you something. You see, it's a blessing to be living on the earth today in the time when the Son of God is here. It's a blessing to know that He is the Son of God, that He's here to rid the earth of all of this killing and stealing and all of this drugs and all these crazy things that's going on today. You know what I'm saying? No more a word about losing out the time. 'Cause you see, God, Yahweh is here now. And there is no doubt that it's smooth sailing, oh yeah, in Yahweh. Wanna tell you something. This time I'm gonna live a good life, and all I got to do is keep on being nice. No longer can people treat me cold as ice, 'cause my whole life depends on keeping God advice. No more will I be a hell's child, 'cause you see, God, Yahweh is gonna be here for a long, 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 long while. Smooth sailing in Yahweh. One more thing to tell. No longer can the people put me down, 'cause the glory of Yahweh has put my feet way up off the ground. Smooth, smooth, smooth sailing, oh yeah, in Yahweh. Once again, I'd like to testify to you that Yahweh really is God, and that it's a blessing to be here in the time when you get to see God put the devil down on his knees. I remember all the prophets wanted to be here at this time because they knew it was going to be a great, great, wonderful day. I want to tell you that it's smooth sailing, well, in Yahweh. Well, I want to testify to the whole wide world that I sure enough love Yahweh. Well, alright, I want to tell you that it's smooth sailing early in the morning, late in the evening, to the midnight hour. Smooth sailing, oh yeah, in Yahweh. I want to tell you that it's smooth